Hello, Badri Prasad and Tushar. Looks like only two are here. Okay, so next, Badri Prasad, you are the class representative, right?
Yes, sir. For MED.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Level.
You should convey to the class that now next time onwards, at least 50% attendance is required, okay? Otherwise, students can fail directly. Attendance in the live sessions. Okay, I will count
Okay, sir.
next time onwards. Okay.
Okay, sir. I will come.
Okay, and this is as per the ACUGS meeting. This decision has been taken already. Only thing, it has been not been implemented so far, but it depends on the instructors. If they want, they can, and I want to do that. Okay, so next week onward, live sessions, at least 50% attendance will be required. Otherwise, students are going to fail in this subject automatically. Yeah. Okay. Now, any question, guys? Okay. No question. Okay. So let me share this screen. Okay, something is wrong. Hold on, guys. So start. Okay. Okay, so we have already started the controls basically, and we have 3 lectures up already. Okay, so I'm going to make some corrections, small corrections to the lectures there. Okay, one is the definition of closed loop transfer function. Okay, so again, we are going to follow the book basically, so hence whatever the definition we have in the textbook, we will follow that only. This may vary also. Okay, so we will keep the nomenclature in our textbook. Okay, so as per that, we have 2 things. One is open loop transfer function. So this is in lecture number 3, lecture number 23. Okay. So in lecture number 23, the definition of open loop transfer function, we are going to revise. Okay. So open loop transfer function. Okay. So let us say there are 2 kinds transfer function. One is the GS, like this one. Yeah, and there will be input RS, then plus, going like this. And here, let us say this is HS, goes like this. Yeah. So this is CS, we call it. So here, open loop transfer function, or T naught, let us say. Okay, T naught. So T naught is given by from here to here. So you cut it here. So whatever is there from here to here is the open loop transfer function. So basically, simply T naught will be equal to GS times HS, rather than just GS. So in lecture 23, we have taken GS. Okay, so that definition is also valid. Basically, in some textbook you can have this also. However, here we will put like this: T naught equal to GS times HS, because this is as per the textbook. Okay, T naught equal to GS times HS means this is open loop transfer function. Okay. And closed loop, as we know, is correct. So closed loop TC, or closed loop, closed loop transfer function will be equal to GS divided by 1 O plus HS times GS. So this is the same as in the lecture. Okay, there's no difference in this one, but only this one. So instead of GS, we have GS times HS. Okay, so this correction you please make. Now second correction, and this is in lecture number 21. Okay, and this is about the we have like LC circuit, and we have like this, right? So we had like this one and like this one. Yeah. And then transfer function for 1. So we said that this is equal to, if the transfer function of this times this, yeah, you have this one, and then you have this and this, you have like this. Yeah, so this is, if transfer function of this is T1S, this is T2S, the total transfer function, okay, in lecture 21, we said that this will be T1S times T2S, okay. But this is not correct. It's not correct, because if you do the analysis, then you will not find this way, and we will see the example. So in that case, if one is, for example, you can take the example. So if we have, let us say this is R and this is C, and you know that in this case, if V is, okay, let's say this is the V input, VI, and this is V out. So how can we find out? We can total IS will be equal to VIS divided by R. R will be R plus 1 over CS. So this impedance we will take, right? And hence, like this is IS. So V naught, V out equal to nothing but 1 over CS times IS. And will be 1 over CS times VI S over R plus 1 over CS. And hence, V out over V in will be equal to nothing but 1 over RCS plus 1. Is what you get. Okay. So that means if you have two of them in series, so if you have R here and C here, R and C, again you have R here and C here. Okay, as per the lecture, we are saying that this, let us say this is the V out, ultimate V out. Okay, so this is the VI here. So let's call it V2. Okay, that's the V2. So V2 over V1, let's call it V1. V2 or V0, let's say V0, not 0. Let's say V1 only. Okay, so V2 over V1 will be equal to 1 over RCS plus 1. This is what is being proposed in lecture number 1, but this is not correct, because when you do the electrical analysis, when you actually do how the electricity is flowing inside it, then this will not be true. So this will not be there. You have to do the actual analysis. Yeah? Actual analysis, how to do it? Let us say if you have R here and C here, you have R here and another C here. Okay, if like this one, if you have to find out how to do. Okay, in that case, what we want to know is what is the current flowing through this one, right? So we have to find out the currents basically. So we can have like there is one current here. So total I, like this is let's say this called I, right? So this is I1, right? Let's call this one is I2. This is I2. So I1 is going like this one, and I1 is going from here to here, here to here. Here it will be something else. Here it will be I1 minus I2, right? So here it will be I1 minus I2. So based on that, we can find out. Okay? Yeah. So how to, in that case, we can combine it first. Okay? So if you see here, like this, then this and this. So this is, and this and series, and this is in parallel. So total impedance we can find out. We can find out what is the value of I1. You can find out what is the value of I2. So we use Kirchhoff law, and based on that we can find out what is the currents, and based on those current we can find out what is the output voltage. Yeah. So in one of the tutorial problem we will do that anyway. Any question, guys? Okay. Yeah, so let's see the problems. Okay, here let me write the equation. So you can write as R. So let's say there is a VI. So you will write R times I1 plus 1 over CS times I1 minus I2, right, is equal to VI. So you find out this is the one equation, first equation. Then you get the loop equation for the second one. Yeah, so then you can find out R I2 plus 1 over CS I2. Yeah, then minus 1 over CS I1 minus I2 will equal to 0. So from here you can find out I1 and I2, and I2 multiplied by 1 over CS will give you this V out, right? So VI or V1, so V2 is nothing but 1 over CS multiplied by I2. So from these two equations, we find out I1 and I2, and I2 multiply here, you get V2. V2 divided by VI will give you the actual transfer function. Yeah. So this is rather than just assuming this is the shortcut. This is T is not multiplied by T1 times T2. Yeah. So this will not work. However, this works in case of the op-amp. Okay. So op-amp, because the circuitry is such that if you add if you make two op-amp system in series, it is not going to affect. But in this case, this affects. So that's why you cannot do this one, but that can still be done. We will look at the examples. Okay. So now, anyway, so we will solve the example problems, and let's see. We start with chapter 2. Chapter 2, and chapter 2 we have B2, and example problems. The tutorial problems are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, let's look at one of these. And here in this problem, in this chapter, mostly it is the like a network is given. Network block diagram is given, and you have to find out, simplify it, and you have to find out the transfer function. Yeah. So for example, so let's look at example number B22. Okay. So easy to understand. B21 is very easy. Okay. So start with B21. Okay. So B21, right? And here the block diagram is simplify the block diagram and obtain the closed loop transfer function. Okay, so we have like this is plus, we are going like this, and here we have two of them. So we have G1, okay, then we have G2, okay, plus, and then plus, yeah, we have CS. And similarly here, in the backward direction, we have G3 and G4. Okay, like this. there's a plus, here we have minus, okay, and then it goes to here where we have minus. Okay, and we have to find out the transfer function. We have to find out the closed loop transfer function. So first we need to do it, simplify it. So, but you can see here, right? So if anything that is here will multiply with G1 comes here. So if it is, let us say, value here is A. So here it will be A times G1 and here will be A times G2 and both will be added together. So what will we get? J1A plus J2A. Here, that means if A is here, here we get, at this point, we will get G plus G2 times A. So simply, if this kind of diagram can simply be written as G1 plus G2. So this we can write as G1 plus G2. So let's use different color. So same diagram, we can write it like this. So we have like this, and here we have G1 plus G2, right? Goes like this. And then in the back side, if you see here, if let's say it's a B here, okay, so B times G3 will come here, B times G4 will come here, both together becomes G3 minus G4 times B. If B here it will be G3 minus G4B. Hence, the backside, what we get is G3 minus G4, and here negative, like this. So you can see that the whole thing can be simplified as this one. So, and you know that if anything like this, so if we have like this, something like GS here, and then we have HS here, and if it is a minus here, plus here, goes like this. Yeah, then transfer function is, so if it is RS here and CS here, then transfer function TS equal to CS output over input, and which is given by GS divided by 1 plus times HS. So, but in this case, you know that GS is nothing but G1 plus G2, right? So we have equal to G1 plus G2 divided by 1 plus G1 plus G2 multiplied by G3 minus G4. Why? Because GS equal to here and here we have other values. So GS is here G1 plus G2 and HS is G3 minus G4, and hence we replace, find out like this one. So this is the answer. You get like that. Yeah. So this was the first problem. Okay. Okay. Now let's these are B21. Now let's look at B22 now. Okay, B22. So B22. Okay, so it's a very go through the video lectures and solve problems. This book is very good book. It's written and also the problems are solved. A lot of problems are solved. So you can just solve the problem itself and you can learn a lot. So B22. So here, this is one example of how any complicated diagram can be solved very easily. But before I do it, solve this problem, we can also look at simplification. Okay, so we'll do some simplification that in main lectures we did not actually have that, because probably it was late that we can also do the new things here. New things, actually this is very intuitive. I can just, if you think that it can be applied and it can be very helpful for simplifying any complicated block diagram. So let us say we will use it, but before doing that, let us say you have anywhere a circuit is something like this one. So GS feed for so GS like this, and we have like this, and let us say there is a branching here. It goes like this. Yeah. So anything coming here. So let's say this RS here and CS here. Then CS will be equal to what? CS will be equal to simply RS times GS. Right? This multiplied, this is what this will be. And RS will be RS. So here you will have RS only, right? So because it's coming from RS, it will be RS here. Let us say somebody asks you to remove from here to here. You put not here, but you put it here. So you want to draw an equivalent circuit for that. Yeah. So how will we do it? So what we want is like this. So we have GS like this, and we have CS. And here, if you see here, this is RS. And at this point, what do you get? At this point, you will get CS only, right? CS equal to RS times GS. That's what you get everywhere. But when you want a branch here, we should have just RS. But here it is RS times GS. So in order to, if you take this out, you have to multiply it by 1 over GS, right? Then only here you will get RS. Okay. So these and these are equivalent. How? Here left hand side you have RS, left hand side you have RS. Right hand side you have CS equal to RS times GS. Here also CS equal to RS times GS. And downward is RS, here also downward is RS. But since here you have RS times GS, you have to divide by GS to get RS. And hence these and these are equivalent. Yeah. Same thing you can other way around, right? So if it is given this, you can find this, or given this, you can find this. Let us say here, you can also have other way around, that if this is given, right? This is given like this. If some other color, so this was is 1. Let's say number 2. 2 is given like this. This is RS. And then we have GS, and here we have like this. So what we get? This we get RS, we get CS, and you also get CS. Yeah. Okay. Now the idea is to move this to this. Okay. So then. So what we want is, we want same thing here like this, GS, and like this. Earlier it was from here, but now we want here. So we want here. But this is CS, this is RS. And what we want here is CS only, right? Okay. Because this is what here is. Left side RS, right CS, and the one which is going downward is also CS. So how will you do it? So you know that CS equal to times GS. So you multiply it by GS here. So if you put GS here, everything will be all right. So this diagram and this diagram is same. Here also left RS, right CS, downward CS. Here also left RS, right CS, downward CS. But you have to put this here, so that RS multiplied by GS equal to CS. Hence, we have to put that. Yeah, so this kind of tricks can help to simplify things. Yeah. Similarly, you can do for summations, basically. Yeah. For if you have some summation, let's look at that also. So let's say we have summation, something like this. We have RS, and we have a summation, we have plus, then we have plus here. And let's say call it, this is RS, this is AS. Yeah. Okay. And then you have GS like this. Yeah. So this is RS, this AS, here GS. What do you get here? Here you will get, or it can be plus or minus depending on how you look. Like you can also put minus also, accordingly you can get it. But here, what is the value here? Let's say call it this. Let's call this CS, and in this CS is nothing but RS plus AS multiplied by GS, right? So you have AS plus RS multiplied by GS, right? Multiplied by GS. That's what that is. Now we want the same kind of diagram, but only thing is summation we don't want here. Summation we want here. Yeah, so we want to have equivalent one. So let's use. So what we want here RS as earlier, and we have the GS here, and right, and then we want to have the summation here. So we want to move the summation here, right? So move the summation here, and then we have here CS. Okay, and of course we will have something here, so that if the input is AS, and if it is plus here, we want also plus here. This is also plus here. Yeah. So now everything is as this one only. Left side RS, right side CS. CS is equal to, we must have this. Yeah, and then we have ASCS. So look here. At this point, you get RS times GS. And so that we get CS equal to AS plus RS times GS, we must have GS here. So we will have to write GS here. So that we have RS times GS plus AS times GS equal to CS. Yeah, so what happened? Like we are getting the same diagram, but we have to put one gain here, right? And we will get the same thing. And similarly, you can do the other way around, meaning that if you have this, some value here, if going like this one, if you go this side, it will be 1 over GS. Right? So, if you had to begin with, instead of here, if you had here, if you are moving this summation, the summing junction to right, then you must multiply with GS. But if you are moving to left, you have to divide this one by GS. Right? So hence this becomes 1 here. Given this, you have to go this, then divide this by GS and move it here. So you get 1. This is 1 basically, right? So, okay, so this is the something you can use it, and let's use it here. Yeah, so you can also solve the usual way where you take the value of like in this case, okay, we are solving the B22. Yeah. So and here the problem is like this. So you have RS and goes like this. Then you have plus and then minus. This is G1. Plus plus, then you have G2, and then you have CS. Yeah, and then you have H1, and then you have H2, then plus and minus, so it goes like this, and you have like this. Yeah. So Usual way, if the long way, how will you solve? You solve like this one. You will write like this. The usual way will be, if this is RS here, so this will be RS here as well. Right? So just say R. Here the value will be R times G1. Okay? If R times G1, and here you have CS, so you will have C here, also C here also. You will have CH1 here. This will be CH2 here. Then summation of 2. So here it will be CH1 minus H2. Right? CH1 minus H2. So it goes here. So here it will be, what is the value here? So value here will be R coming from here minus CH2. So here it will be R minus CH1 minus H2. Yeah. So what is the value here? Here it will be the whole thing, this one, R minus CH1 minus H2 plus RG1 will be this. Yeah. And then what will be this one? This will be everything that this has multiplied by G2. But this we called C. So that way you have many equations based on that you simplify. You can find out finally you have to find out CS over RS. You have to find out accordingly, right? So you write many, so finally you have to write that. So let's write this also. So here you have RG1 plus R minus C times H1 minus H2. Okay, times now the whole thing multiplied by G2 is C. Yeah. So our equation, so let's write in red color. So what we get? We get actually C equal to, we get C equal to R G1 plus, right? So RG1 plus R minus C H1 minus H2 minus C H1 minus H2. Okay, everything multiplied by G2. So this is everything what you have here multiplied by G2 is C. So C equal to this. And from there you have to find out C over R is what, because you have C here, you have R also inside it. So you simplify and find out what is the value of C over R, and this will give you the transfer function. So this is the usual way of doing it. Okay, so you simplify, you can find out. However, there's another way to do it, and that we can do like this. So let's start with the original diagram. So looking at this one, you see that this and this we can simplify, right? We can, what we'll do, this one H1 plus and H2 minus. So H1 minus H2. So we can immediately we can write H1 minus H2 here. Okay, so same diagram we can now write like this. So we have plus and then we have minus here. Yeah, and then we have G1. Okay, so we have G1 and coming here plus, here also plus. Okay, and then we have G2. Okay, then you have CS, and here we have H1 minus H2. Yeah, and then it goes like this. So we have simplified this one as far as this is concerned. So this is RS, this is CS. Now further simplification. Here we have this kind of thing. So we can do some summations. Yes, what kind of summations? Like we can move few things. So instead of having here, it's possible that we bring it here. This kind of things we can do, right? Okay, or we have here, instead of having here, we can move it to here. These kind of things we can do. And let's do it. So here, let's so we have from coming from here to here, right? So there are various ways of doing the same thing. So accordingly, we can do it. So earlier we looked at when you have like this, and then if we are moving from here to here, then what do you do? So our case is something like this. So okay, so let's look at there are two ways. Either you can also move here to here. So let's move here to here. If you move here to here, then what happens? Since you have a summation, you can do it. Let me just hold on. Okay. So if you have RS here, so this is RS, and then you have GS, and let us say you have CS here, and you have so this one, let's say we want to move it to here. Yeah, this one we are moving it to here now. Okay, then what happens? So if that is the case, then so from here, this is CS, like this. Yeah. Okay. Now, if we have to move it here, so instead of here, if you want this to branch to here, like here, then our equivalent one was, if we go back, we can see that. So okay, so see here. So if we have this system, then here this becomes 1 over G. If we have nothing here, then here this will be multiplied by Z. Okay, so from here, from this system, if you want to have here, then if there is nothing, so this becomes something like this one. So we have to multiply by GSCS. Whatever we have to multiply by here. So what I mean to say is, in that case, we have to multiply GS to CS in order to get the same thing, GS to whatever is coming from here. So that really means that if we are going to move from here to here, then we have to add G2 here, basically. That's what I mean to say, G2 here, and then it will come like this. So in effect, our circuit will go like this. So let me draw it again. So here, plus and plus minus. Okay, so minus is all right from here to here. Okay, and only thing here is we have H1 minus H2, and from here we will come now, and G2 will be this side now. So this branching was earlier from here, but now it will be from here. But for that, we have to multiply it by G2. Yeah. And then it will come like this. So same thing, we have transformed it. Yeah. So simplification. Yeah. So this I want to demonstrate that you can do this kind of thing without changing anything, without changing any result. This still have CS here. You still have CS. Yeah. So anything arrangement is different. That really means that in your circuit also you can change accordingly in terms of the workflow or network I'm talking about. Okay, so now given this, second thing will be the looking at this one. So we can multiply now G2 times H1 minus H2 will be there, right? And here we have just multiplied by G2. Whatever we get from here, multiplied by G2, you get the value there. Now, looking at this one, is it possible to the summation also? We can move the summations. Remember, like earlier, there was summation rule as well. So what kind of rule? So it's possible that we. Okay, so let's go back. Look at the summation rule. Okay, here we have plus plus like this one, this, and which is equivalent to this only. So we can also change, we can move the summation provided we have adequately we have to do. So if you are going from this side to this side, so we have to multiply with GS, right? So same kind of things we can also think about, is it possible or not? Because we have two summations there, is it possible? Okay, so in this case, for example, is it possible to change summation if we go from here to here? This one is before this, right? This one is before this. So is it possible to move from here to here? And if you move, then what happens? So, okay, so no, we are here now. So now, okay, so let's first write RS first, RS, and then we have, okay, to use different color. RS, then you have here we will write G2 multiplied by H1 minus H2. So, right, and here we have G2 which is going this side. Then we have plus, minus, and here again plus. So here we have G1 like this. Okay, so minus, this is plus. Fine, and here we have like this one. Okay. Okay. Now what can be done here? What is the next step we can take? The simplification. What can be done? So one is like we can have this this moves to later, right? So we can have this move to so this is 1. Okay, there may be many ways, guys. Okay, so you have to look for what is the best works, you know. So again, not necessarily immediately you can find out. So RS. Yeah, maybe you cannot go. You cannot simplify further, you know. So sometimes you cannot simplify further. In that case, you have to proceed from there the usual way. Yeah, see. Okay, so from here looks like you cannot simplify further, and hence you have to proceed the proper way. I mean the usual way. But this is the idea. Even if you simplify a bit, you can do. In some cases it may work, in some cases it may not work, so you have to look at it. But this also serves as one example that you can simplify it. Yeah. Any question, guys? Any question on this one?
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, so here we cannot move it to the right, this summation block.
Which summation block?
Sir, the second one.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so so far the summation, in order to move, what you need basically if you have GS here and you have summation here, so this you can do. But since there is no GS here, so you cannot move this way, because you know, this is combination of summation and branching point. This we have not studied because this complicates things. Yeah, there may be some other way probably. So what? Okay, so just a minute. We can do some other way. Maybe just hold on. So this we cannot do. But what we can do is, like the first step, probably what we did probably was not good. So we also have to look for what is the best way. So let's go back. Okay. So from where we started. So just a minute. So we have G1 plus and here plus. Okay. I write here H1 minus H2. So let it be like this. Okay. And then we had G2 and we had CS here like this. Okay, so what we did earlier, that we moved from here to here, and because of that it looks like that we cannot simplify further, you know. So but if we had done other way around, if we have moved this one to this one, probably it would have been better. Yeah, so let's try that. Yeah, and we will find that would work probably. So let's see. So what we will do is, earlier we did that, we moved from here to here, but now we will not do it because we know that we got stuck. So let's move from here to here. So if that is the case, then what happens? If the summation, if move from here to here, then what happens? So we can see that. Yeah, so in earlier, when we talked about moving things, so from here to, if you move this way, so same thing you can use, but AS has to be multiplied by GS. So same thing has to be multiplied here, and it will be all right. Yeah, so same trick we are going to use. So we will, what are we going to do? So from here to here, so we have to multiply G1 times G2. We have to write, and we can move it here. Yeah, so let's do that then. Okay, so you know, like you have to be actually not necessarily always works, but there is no way you can tell that this is the best way to do. But let's try it. So from here we go here, and we have here G2, and here we will have G2 here as well, so that since we are moving, and we like this, so we have plus and plus, and we have earlier it was here like this one, but since we are moving it here, so G2 will be multiplied here automatically, so we have the plus thing there. Okay, so this moved already as like this, and okay, so here we had this also. We have plus and we have minus, and here we had H1 minus H2. Okay, and here we have like this. Okay, so this is this simplification will be like this one. Now let's see. Now it looks like we can do a little better in this kind. So, but okay, so another simplification. So I will use different color. So here, and we have here G1 times G2. So G1 times G2 will be here, and here we have G2 plus plus, and we have CS. From here we have the feedback here, H1 minus H2. Yeah, and then here this is minus, this is plus. So this is what we get. Yeah. Okay, now what is next? Next is so is there anything we can exchange now? Yeah. Now what we can do it, we can move this to this, so that all the plus things we have together, right? So G2, so this one we can move this way. So from here to here we can move. So this goes this way. If that is the case, then what happens? So then we multiply by G2 or divide. What do we have to do? Multiplied by G2, because H1 minus H2 goes here and then is multiplied by G2 and then comes here. Since we are adding this one here, then we have to pre-multiplied by G2. So same thing, this let's move to this one. Okay, so next will be so RS and then G1. Okay, and then we have G2 as well. Okay, G1, G2 both basically. So I think you should write G1 and G2 both. Then plus, and then another summation we have plus minus G2 also have. So we have G2 goes like this, plus minus. So this is what we have right now, CS H1 minus H2. This is the current scenario. this one is CS. Now, what we're proposing is, instead of having this one here, let's move this to this, means move this one to this one. And if we can do it, then probably we can get it something more useful. So RS like this, and then we have G1, G2, and then let it go here, and we have this plus, and then we are moving it. So we have G2 here, and then we have plus here and minus here, and we are coming from here, so we will have G2 multiplied by H1 minus H2. We'll come here, go here, and from here to here we have. Yeah, so RS here, and from here is G1 times G2 comes to here. Now this we are moving to here, so G2 will come here, this will move here, so this is we have here, so G2, but we have to multiply by G2 because we are moving forward. So G2 multiplied by H1 minus H2, and this is what it will be. This is CS. Now, what can we do now? Is it good now? So looking at this, now looks like if you see the, it will be some summation only. So two summations together is basically the what we see here. So everything is coming here, right? So here it will be whatever is coming from this side, will be added to here, coming from this will be added to this one, coming from this will be added to this one, because that means you can combine these two into only one, because all summation basically is nothing else but summation only. Yeah. So that means we can actually write like this. So RS going like this, and then we have like this G1, G2, and we have like this plus, then we have G2 from here, and this going to plus, then we have CS, and then we have from CS we have this branch G2 H1 minus H2, and this is going to minus here like this. Yeah. Okay. Now we can simplify further. Now good that G1 times G2 and G2 both are coming from here, ending here, coming from here, ending here. That means both are nothing but G1 plus G1 times G2 plus G2, simply. So simply further simplification, and we have like this RS, and this is nothing but G1 plus G1 times G2. Sorry, G2 plus G1 plus G2, because both are originating at the same points and ending at the same point. Yeah, so we can simplify and becomes G2 plus G1 plus G2. Yeah, and then we have a summation here, and then we have negative here, and this is CS. Okay, and here we have G2 times H1 minus H2. So we have G2 times H1 minus H2. Yeah. So now we have this one, Okay, so okay, now next simplification. So what is the meaning of this one? So here we have, now we can, from there we now we can add them and we can find out the value. So what is the value now? So we can see here that CS equal to now we can take the value. So here we have RS multiplied by G2 plus G1 G2, and here we have CS multiplied by G2 H1 minus H2, and here this way, here it will be summation of this minus this will be CS only. So basically this minus this is CS. So our equation will be R multiplied by G2 plus G1 G2 minus C G2 H1 minus H2 equal to C only. Yeah, and this we have to simplify. And simplifying that, you can see that simply we can find out C over R. C over R is a transfer function, TS, and this whole thing can be added here. So this becomes 1 plus this is equal to this one. So this will be simply equal to G2 plus G1 G2 divided by 1 plus G2 H1 minus H2. So this is the answer. Yeah, so this is a long answer, but okay, so one transformation we could have done here also. And what the transformation? So now this summation we could have moved to this one. Okay, so if you move there, then automatically we will have in shape of a proper feedback loop. You know, you would have gone like this. You know, so this would come here, summation will remain here, and we have to divide it by this, right? And from the usual formula to find out the transfer function, you could have got this one. But in any case, so just to end it, completely simplify it, let's anyway simplify it. Okay, so answer we know already, but still, so this one, the further simplification we could have done is, so we want to move it here, so we get RS and then summing junction plus minus, and then we have the same thing, what G2 plus G1 times G2, and we have the CS, and then we have here some transfer function goes like this. And what will you have? This we will have this divided by this one. Yeah, so let's, so G2 H1 minus H2 divided by G2 plus G1 G2. I think this is the final simplification, and based on that we can find out, right? So this is the form of, the whole thing will be G, this whole thing will be H. This is the final simplification. and hence transfer function Ts is equal to G2. So let's write in terms of like this, equal to G plus 1 plus GH, where G is equal to G2 plus G1 G2 divided by 1 plus, and where G is G2 plus G1 times G2 multiplied by H, and H is the whole thing, this one, G2 H1 minus H2 divided by G2 plus G1 G2. Yeah, simplify further, what will get? You will get this, G1 plus G1 G2, sorry, G2 plus G1 G2 divided by 1 plus G2 H1 minus H2. This is the same value that we got earlier here. Yeah, so this is the way. So we took long basically, but the idea is that you can use those simplification, so as we've seen that in first go it may not work, you have to do something else. So you have to accordingly, it's not very hard and fast tool, so maybe the usual method would have worked much faster, the time we took to do that. But here idea is also understand that you have that option to actually simplify it further and further and further until you get something very easy to get the transfer function. Okay, any question, guys?
Sir, this simplification need not be unique, right?
No, this will be unique.
Okay.
Simplification by steps you are saying.
Means
The steps or
final representation.
Final representation may not be unique, maybe some other way, but transfer function what you get will be unique.
Yes. Okay.
That will be unique. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also possible that in front of you, see, I got this also, and also further modification we also get this, and hence we got the same thing. But having said that, the final block diagram may not be unique, but it's possible to actually the change from one to other, means it's possible to get if you are getting two things, it's possible to get one from the other by further modifications. Yeah, so that is possible. Yeah. Any other question?
No, sir.
Okay, guys. There is no question. So, but next time we will take questions from chapter 3. Okay. See you later.
Thank you, sir.